Hi, it's Peg and Daz on
Sons of Anarchy.
Jax has 99 problems and the Marshal isn't one. We need to talk about this show. A lot happened, another 90-minute episode. Before we get into it, tell them.
Just want to remind you guys again, subscribe to our channel and rate our video and give us some comments as well.
Absolutely, and make sure to check out the other videos on our channel.
So let's not bury the lead. The crazy Marshal, Toric, is deader than a doornail.
I was not expecting that to happen.
Me neither.
In episode 4. Because remember last week, or week before, we were talking about how Jax v. Marshal was supposed to be the fight of the season.
Right.
The Marshal was so busy. And what's the wig lady's name?
Oh,
the DEA?
Oprah?
Yes, okay, so wig lady Oprah was relying on him so much, and now he's gone.
And Rockman Dunbar, the chief of police, had just discovered him. He was very suspicious of him. And he got his records, and when he was reading it, he seemed like to have come to some sort of revelation about this guy.
Absolutely.
So I was waiting for that storyline to play out. And then all of a sudden, Otto once again kills somebody else violently in the prison. That prison was never going to be safe as long as Otto had access to any kind of a weapon.
But in the infirmary, this is the second infirmary killing within a family that Otto has levied.
Didn't he kill the other guy in the infirmary? Last season he killed the he killed another guy in the infirmary, and I don't remember who that person was.
Well, why do they keep allowing Otto to go to the infirmary?
Because
why not treat him in his cell?
I don't know.
Okay, but I will say this. I was disappointed that the show did not allow Rockman Dunbar's exploration of the Marshal to play out a little bit further. Because I was interested in how that was going to come together, and then it was cut off. I mean, maybe there will be some post-death exploration, but it's not as important anymore. He's gone.
I'm wondering what this effect is going to have on Nero. Because Rockman Dunbar was onto Toric and think he might have set Nero up. But now that Toric is no longer around to confirm this, does that mean that Nero is in serious trouble?
Well, I don't know. That's a very good point, because Rockman Dunbar's point was there's too much evidence.
Right.
Right? You did too much, Marshal. There's blood on the door, blood on the floor, and hair on the seat. I mean, Nero's an OG criminal.
Right.
Even if he wasn't perfect in a crime, he's not going to be that sloppy. So that does raise a good point, because now if the Marshal did do it, there's nobody around to pay for it. So who's going to pay for it?
Right. And that is what I'm afraid of for Nero.
I see. That's a good point.
And I think that Nero is just dawning on him that he might need to get out of this situation. That too much bad stuff has happened since he's associated himself with Jax and the MC.
Nero and Tara, by the way, are in the same boat. They don't know it, but they're in that boat together. Being involved with Jax is just death and destruction. As we saw this week, what's the guy's name? Darby, the ex-Nazi? Darby? They went to go see Darby, and it was supposed to be a basic operation. Darby, show us where they live. And now Darby is on the run with his Mexican wife. It's like, how does it get that bad that fast?
I know. Anytime you have anything to do with Jax, your life is ruined.
It goes down. It goes down.
So I thought it was interesting that Nero said to Gemma, "Look, Mama, I'm going to take you with me when I get out of here." And I'm thinking, have you met Gemma? She's not going anywhere.
Let me say something about Nero before I comment on he and Gemma. Nero is one sexy cat.
He really is.
When they were in that car, I was like, Gemma, get out of the driver's seat. There is nothing I would rather do than drive Nero and his wife beater around in an Escalade. I cannot take how sexy he is. And then when he says, Gemma, I love you, then he grabbed her hand and he kissed the back of her hand. I was really feeling myself during that moment.
Jimmy Smith still got it.
He is so sexy.
That man has been hot since I don't even know when.
Ooh.
LA Law.
Cat daddy. But so what you were saying though about Gemma said something a little cray-cray this week. Did you notice when she goes, my kids?
Yes.
My kids.
Yes. And Tara looked at her like, excuse me?
Right.
Excuse you? Sorry? Who's
Yes. So Gemma is not likely to go anywhere because she thinks she's given birth to 2 additional people.
Right. As far as she's concerned, Tara is just egg donor.
Yes.
Those kids are hers, and Jax is hers. And I think that Tara is being very smart about how she's dealing with the situation. She's clearly got Wendy on her side. She has Wendy feeding Gemma information.
Yes.
When Wendy called Gemma and started telling her about Tara, I was like, oh no, maybe Wendy's a double agent. No. Mm-mm. Tara is in control of this situation.
She is silently moving.
I think that she understands more than anyone how dangerous being around Jax has gotten. Especially, what happened to, what's that cop's name?
Uncer?
Uncer. Poor Uncer this week.
But Uncer actually brought it up himself. Remember, he said to Gemma, what if the kids had been here? You always have me babysitting the kids. What if, they'd been here? So even Uncer, so it's like Uncer, Nero, Tara, everyone is recognizing the implications of their relationship to the MC.
But I think that Tara is the only one that realizes how hard it's going to be to extricate herself.
Right.
And so she's really taking a lot of precautions and being very careful and moving deliberately and feeding information, but doing something else on the side.
Right.
She might get out of this.
I don't know. I'll be very interested to see what happens with Tara, because keep in mind also that we have not seen her issue those divorce papers that we saw back in episode 1 or 2. I would like to know when those are going to be served.
I don't think until she has everything set up and until she's already away, basically, will she send those divorce papers.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
Yeah. We need to touch on what's going on with the Irish and the guns. The Irish lost their minds this week.
I was surprised because I really thought that Jax and the main Irish guy had worked out their hostility when they had that street fight a few episodes ago. It seemed like, okay, we're men, all we need to do is fight this out,
right,
and then we're going to be cool. But no, the hostility is just as bad as it ever was. And this week they actually killed two of the members.
Not just killed them, but they killed them and chopped them up and put them on display in the warehouse. What I thought was interesting is the hands.
I didn't get what that was about.
I rewound that and I was looking at that scene trying to figure out, you died at the hands of the gang. I couldn't figure out like what that was. I was trying hard.
Yeah, it was gruesome. I was glad. I was like, thank God they chopped them up after they killed them. So getting shot in the face is not a nice way to die, but it's better than that.
Oh, true. Like you get a merciful death as opposed to getting your limbs chopped off first.
Right, while you're still alive. And so, Jax is in a whole heap of trouble. I don't think Jax has any clue how to deal with the dwindling membership of the club, the Irish problem, which is massive at this point.
Right.
Well, Toric, at least that's one problem that's out of his hair. He doesn't even know about Tara, and that's coming for him. What else? I mean,
don't forget, all of the members you do have left, the ones who are around are not checking for you anymore. Because one of the things that resonated with me this episode particularly is the club has always had a slew of issues. Prostitute shows up, she's beat up, gotta take care of that. We're pushing guns and a shipment falls off the highway, gotta take care of that. It's always something. But before they moved as a united unit, now they are not. Chibs outright said to Jax this week, you are just like someone else, referring to Clay.
Yes.
And then also, I think Tig knows that Jax is not on the up and up.
That is what I was wondering.
Yes.
Like, what, did August say anything?
Yes.
Is he setting Jax up behind the scenes? Because Tig just rolls up like everything's fine, and he just says, are we cool? And Jax is like, of course. But I was like, what was the point of that scene?
Tig can't be that stupid, right?
Right?
He can't be that stupid. Like, Jack sends him down to an empty warehouse, no backup, no one else shows up because some prospects were supposed to show up, but they don't come, and then all of a sudden, the man who is supposed to be exacting revenge on you shows up with a crew and you walk away scot-free.
Right.
Something about that whole situation doesn't feel right, and I feel like we're going to see that come full circle. But we also saw August Marks wants in on guns, so maybe that's how Jax will solve all of the guns problem.
Well, that's what I was wondering. I didn't understand what piece of the gun trade he wanted, because the San Bernardino motorcycle club guys came and said, look, they voted it down, it's not happening. And Jax was upset. He was like, I needed you guys. But so I guess the part that they need to get rid of isn't the part that August Marks actually wants.
But doesn't Marks just want to participate in the trade of them? I mean, essentially taking on product and shipping to the streets?
I don't know, because why wouldn't he have just said, "Oh, that's cool," because I got August Marks that wants in on this.
You mean to the Irish?
To the Irish, or even to the motorcycle guys from San Bernardino.
Well, I think that the reason why the San Bernardino crew was a reasonable option for the Irish is because of their relationship just with the MC in general.
Oh,
but bringing in a new crew to manage your illegal guns being shipped internationally is going to be a big deal. And because remember, it took forever for the Irish to even communicate with Jax. They used to only communicate with Clay. And so now they're willing to interact with Jax, but I feel like it's not going to be easy, especially considering it's a black gang. I mean, there's a lot of racial tension throughout this show. So considering it's a black gang, I feel like that's going to be a problem. And I can't see the Irish saying, "Oh, sure, they've stepped up, pass them out."
Well, but August Marks has basically set that as his price for Tig's life now. And given, as I said, the dwindling membership of this MC, Jack said, what, there's 6 of us now?
Right.
He might need to figure that out, because I think he needs Tig now.
Yes.
He's not going to have an MC anymore.
No, but I think when Chibs finds out what Jax has been doing with August Marks and Co., it's going to be a serious problem.
It's going to be on and popping.
So this may be the new conflict of the show, Chibs v. Jax.
Maybe.
Now that the Marshal is gone.
They're setting that up, hardcore.
Before we go, I have to say, Clay this week made me happy.
I know, Clay. Who knew you were so noble? He was horrible to him. He showed him what he did to Otto. He threatened him with that prison rape scenario.
Yes.
And Clay held firm. I couldn't believe it.
Clay said, "I've seen guys like you before. Yes. You don't like me, not because I'm bad, but because I'm familiar."
Yes.
And I said, "Ooh, Clay dishing him out. You're bloody in prison and you're still dishing out the wisdom."
Yes.
But when he gave Otto that shank, I said, there you go.
Now, I thought Otto was going to use it to kill himself.
Oh, you did?
Yes, I thought that was for suicide.
Oh no, I knew.
I knew.
No, I didn't think it was for suicide. I thought that he was going to use it to kill whoever's been coming to rape him in the mornings.
Oh, right.
Because if you heard, Clay leaned over and said, "It's over.
Yes.
It's over, brother.
No more, brother."
Exactly. So I thought that's who he was going to kill, but it turned out to be the Marshal.
Well, I feel like Otto knows better, because he's like, to me, I thought he was going to kill himself, because even if he killed the guy that comes in the morning, they're just going to send another guy in the morning.
Right.
I feel like Toric has endless guys waiting for that job.
But then maybe the likelihood that someone would be willing to go in there, would be less, because the last person who went in there for anal rape died. So I may not be so beat for that anal rape.
But Otto was like, "I'm cutting this problem off at the source."
Yes.
And he brutally murdered Toric, and I couldn't be happier, because Toric was too evil to live.
He was getting on my nerves, actually, the way he was popping up everywhere.
Yes.
I was tired of watching him in every scene. But you notice he told the guard that came in to get out?
Yes. What was that about?
He didn't want to live.
He wanted to die?
Yeah, he did.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he absolutely did. Because, he ostensibly could have asked for help.
That's true. He would have died anyway, but...
Right, but this was before he got stabbed in the neck.
I know, but I feel like if that guard made a move towards him, I would have just
cut him anyway. Yeah.
All right, so we'll tune in next week and see how Jack starts to deal with all of these problems. I don't know, dude. I don't know. All right. Remember, please subscribe to our channel and leave us a comment. Let us know what you guys think.
Absolutely, and make sure to check out the other videos on our channel. We start Scandal this week.
Yes, I'm very excited.
All right. Bye.
Bye.